because if ghosts are real, there are ghosts here.
So what's with the security? This building should be under construction, not under guard.
Oh, totally. Question is, what am I looking for?
Any kind of device or component that could still be emitting the signal. It seems to be coming from within the rubble.
You want me to bring the hammer down? That's awesome! This way.
Still got it.
What the fuck?
This is it. The signal is coming from this Spiderbot fragment. No indication yet who it belongs to.
Spiderbot got Texas chainsawed. Why is this here?
Difficult to say, but with an AR reconstruction, we may be able to see what happened to it and if it relates to the attack. Access data relays in the vicinity, and I can compile enough data to build the AR reconstruction.
Guess that's it.
Perfect. 2 more data relays to go. One more data relay and I'll have it. That should do it. Now I'll just take the audio from this stream and the video from these 36 and... Got it. Go back to where you found that Spiderbot and I'll show you the AR reconstruction from the night of the explosion.
Gotcha.
CTOS-AR. Data reconstruction in progress.
You brought the payload? What, think we'd go back, Heath? Don't trust the Kelly dog.
Well, there we go. Clan Kelly was in on the bombing.
I think the Kellys were the supplier. And that makes this a handoff.
Well, we need to find out who they were meeting. My money says it's someone from Zero Day.
Well, don't just stand there. Keep looking.
Bagley, do we know who was running the spider bot?
I've now fully decrypted the signal the Spiderbot is broadcasting. And while I cannot identify a specific user, it is a call code used by the Metropolitan Police Service.
Of course police were watching. All they do is watch.
The reconstruction continues behind that rubble.
Oh, cool. Yeah, easy. I'll just quantum leap through a magic tunnel. No problem.
Quantum tunnel technology is at least 10 years away, but Spiderbots and drones are here today. You could try one of those if you don't feel like waiting.
Yeah, sounds good.
Why don't you aim those human eyeballs of yours at the van's cargo?
Gotcha.
RDX nitrogen, and the exact same detonator system like the bombs that were planted at Parliament.
That's Zero Day's thing.
There, hurry. We've got order deliveries.
So you were hired to supply all the targets?
That's it. We're all I need to know.
Damn. Zero Day was working with all sorts of groups to pull the bombings off.
That's certainly one way to pull off a massive coordinated attack while remaining anonymous. Zero Day needed manpower and resources, but they needed them at an arm's length. And it doesn't take the world's greatest AI detective to see that both Clan Kelly and Albion benefited in the aftermath. Unfortunately, this is the most we can get out of the AR reconstruction. But if we could find the mystery officer who was spying through the Spiderbot, maybe they could tell us more. Tracing the Spiderbot serial number, it was assigned to New Scotland Yard 3 years ago. Perhaps more information about its user or its assignment will be available at the station.
Why do the cops keep quiet? They practically had the real bombers.
The only way to know for sure is to investigate New Scotland Yard.
So Albion's taken over the entire police station.
And the entire police service. But don't worry, if you're not pleased with your privatized goon squad, just take your business across the street.
Never thought I'd say this, but I wish the real cops were here. That was hard.
Not to worry, the only difference now is the uniform, assault weapons, and the fact they're motivated by profit over public service. Now, any record or information on the Spiderbot will be further in.
Terrific. Who turned this off?
Just doing something.
Lady Smash wants a kiss! I love a hands-on approach. Now, what are the odds that's the same spider bot?
According to the serial numbers, this matches the piece of Spiderbot from the Tone bombing site.
Who was the last user?
Navigate the Spiderbot from out of that room. I'll need a direct connection in order to learn more from our bisected friend.
I got this.
That opening right there looks like a good exit point. Right, get comfy. This Spiderbot might be broken and missing some of its legs, but it can still jump and fit through vents. That's a good way to get through the station undetected. That's a part of the remote detonator system from Parliament. If the Met, or Albion rather, actually analysed it, they would see it wasn't DedSec's handiwork at all. That's Galton's mask. It must have been recovered from Parliament. It might be the only thing left of him now. Buggery fuck, would you look at all this junk? You'll have to jump your way across to get to the next vent opening.
Decided they couldn't be trusted to do their jobs. Suddenly some corporation could clean up our streets better than the same police force who've had for who knows how long. When crime fighting is treated like a business, crime will never go away. Now we've had a business, right? So don't tell me how we've had our best interests at heart, does that?
If the police could handle their job, Albion would be left with them. But they can't. Tone bombing is a personal example. A bunch of lazy, overpaid cops are asleep at the wheel. Well, they're not at the wheel anymore, are they?
I've been around that for a long time. What kind of those cowards. They say they're trying to protect us from criminals and they're leaving. Really, they're just afraid of us. Come along.
You're almost there. Make your way through this last vent path.
There we go.
Scanning Spiderbot and accessing its internal drives. While I'm analysing this data, you should make yourself scarce. Unless you'd like to explain to your new, heavily armed, privatised police force why you've broken into the station.
Yeah, okay.
The Spiderbot fragment you found has a satellite-based GPS module that regularly pushed its location to a specific ground station.
Ah, we have another secret ground station. The adventure continues.
Pushing you the ground station's coordinates.
That thing's gonna kill a lot of pigeons.
GPS history of the Spider-Bot we recovered regularly pinged these coordinates. Our mystery witness to the real bombers must have come to this lovely, damp location several times.
Not a bad place to go if you want to hide out.
Or to discreetly dump a body into the Thames.
All right, Bagley. I need a way in.
I'm detecting a surveillance network guarding a space under this bridge. If you can patch into it, perhaps you can take a look inside.
Get a load of this. What is this? Some kind of secret police cave?
Well, if Albion was stomping all over your workplace, you'd find a different place to store your lunch too. And it seems our mystery officer was dedicated.
What were they working on down here? Was it just tone? Or something bigger?
The computer's dusty enough to kill an asthmatic, but there may still be something useful on it.
This is Inspector Caitlin Lau. Well, former inspector now. Since Albion's coup, the Met is no more. The police brass had already buried the evidence anyway. Everything implicating Albion and Clan Kelly in the bombings. But I know Mary Kelly's band of twats were involved, and they're involved in other crimes we can look into. Me and a few good mates are willing to go off book, going after Mary Kelly again. I'll never fucking learn, will I? Inspector Caitlin Lau, video log. Clan Kelly and Albion are teamed up on some deal. I don't have all the details, but it looks to be human trafficking. The European Processing Center is the Albion angle. Since the bombings, they can grab anyone off the street. Call them illegal immigrants, potential DedSec insurgents, whatever. Though we know who the real danger is. So, Clan Kelly gets hold of these people, these immigrants, deportees, victims, really, and they're taking them somewhere. But where and why? It all comes back to the boss lady herself. I knew she was into something, but she wriggled off the hook. There's only one way I can do this. 24/7 surveillance on Mary Kelly. If I'm caught, well, this will be my last entry. But I have to see what she's hiding.
So, our mystery officer was Inspector Caitlin Lau. It sounds like Mary Kelly was her white whale, and her investigation led her to the bombings.
I knew it. It's all connected. Albion, Clan Kelly, Zero Day, they're all in bed with each other. Nasty terrorist bed.
It seems like Zero Day's web covers all of the unsavory bits of London. Tug on a thread, and it leads back to them. Clan Kelly and Albion included.
Meanwhile, people are getting disappeared left and right. Let's put a stop to it.
Inspector Lau mentioned Albion is running their part of the operation out of the EPC. Detectives like us call that a lead.